They used to tell us that knowledge is power. But today, do you still stand and agree with that word? Knowledge is power. What type of a vague statement is that? And that is why a lot of people think that by the time you go to school and then you come back, you are supposed to be wealthy, you are supposed to be rich, you are supposed to live a successful life. But yet, our graduates are coming out of school every year and they don't know what to do. Despite the acquisition of knowledge, they don't still know what to do. We have professors that are depending on students' handouts for them to live a successful life, despite their level of knowledge. We have high-level people in terms of academics that are still stranded. My friend, knowledge without a productive thinking is a waste. Yes, I say so. Yes, knowledge without a productive thinking is a waste. But remember something, we are products of productive thinking by creation. By creation. We are all product of productive thinking. The whole world is a product of productive thinking. We have a God that was thinking about what to do before he have the vision of creating you and I and the world today that will exist. Nothing happened by chance. Everything you see around you today is a product of quality and productive thinking. Everything you see around you today is a product of quality and productive thinking. No matter your level of academy, if you are not a productive thinker, you will never get substance out of life. You will remain stranded. Your qualification notwithstanding. Now, we have seen it now. Today we have poor professors, eloquent in English. They understand principles of their field, but they cannot think again outside the box. So therefore, I want to introduce you to various kind of thinking. There are different thinking skills that you need to know. In this video, for purpose of time, I am going to dwell on the subject of big picture thinking. Let us start from big. I have almost 11 of them, but I will just focus on one today. Big picture thinking. That was the kind of picture that God, your creator, have at creation. He said, let us make man in his image and his likeness. He created the world and then he fits in me and you inside it. A big picture thinking is what many people call vision. There are difference between a shallow thinker and a big picture thinker. Ask yourself this question today. Are you a big picture thinker? A big picture thinker is one who think about the entire system. A shallow thinker think about a small component of a system. If you are a businessman, for instance, and you are looking at how to expand your business, you are not going to be thinking of just the capital alone. You are also thinking about the manpower level that you need. You are also thinking about the tax that will be required. You are also thinking about the expansion process that you need to go through. So you are thinking about the whole system. That is big picture thinking. Thinking with the big picture in mind make you to become outstanding in your field. Shallow thinkers just say, oh, if I just get capital, I will be successful. That is why a lot of people fail in business. Thinking about capital alone does not make a business. I have seen many people, civil servants who retire from service and they just came up, oh, if I have 20 million, I will start my own business. Then when they pay them their entitlement, they carry that money and go and put it inside a business. They thought that capital alone is a requirement for successful business. Then at the end of the day, they begin to see other factors that they did not envision playing out and they are not prepared for it, and therefore they will lose their money and then they will go back to zero because they are shallow thinkers. So before you take steps, before you start embarking on that journey, begin to look at the big picture. What is ahead of this project? What is ahead of this movement? What is ahead of this commitment? What are the processes that we need to pass through for us to arrive at our destination? This is how the big picture thinkers think. Big picture thinkers think about the system, not the product. Shallow thinkers think about components. Ask yourself question this morning. Are you a big picture thinker? Do you think along every process, or you just dwell on a segment? We are in a continent that we have been encouraged not to be thinking. They will tell you, I beg, no, they think too much. No, they think too much. See, there is nothing wrong with thinking. But there is something very wrong if you are not thinking towards production, if you are not thinking towards advancement, if you are not thinking towards progress. There is something wrong with thinking if you are not putting it into productive use. The difference between thinking and worry is that worry dwell on the negative. Thinking dwell on production. Take this thing home today. The difference between worry and thinking is that worry, you dwell your mind into negative, something that will bother you. That is why they call it worry. But when you are thinking productively, you are thinking of a way out of a situation. Like what we have now in this country. We have many young people who are unemployed. It is time for them to engage their mind into a productive thinking. By the time you put yourself into thinking, what do I do to get out of this unemployment? And you constantly begin to probe your mind, you will see idea will burst out of it. Big picture thinking is the big picture of your entire system of how you will arrive at that place. So if I'm talking to somebody who will have a business proposal, I'm asking him how he intends to start this thing to the end. And his ability to tell me all the processes that is involved and the consequences that follows makes him a big thinker. So don't be a shallow thinker today. I want to task you. Ask yourself this question. Am I a big picture thinker or a shallow thinker? But I will encourage you to begin to imbibe the skill of being a big picture thinker. Don't just take decision based on what is presented. Look at the big picture. Somebody who is contemplating to divorce did not remember that they have children to take care of. Did not look at the future of those children. Did not look at what will happen if by parenting is cut off. You have to look at the big picture. You are about to leave that job because it's not paying well. What are the alternatives that you have? How do you manage your electricity bill? How did you look at? You must look at every variables before you take a decision. That is why the top is reserved for those who think big. I want to encourage you today to be a big picture thinker. And as you begin to apply these skills of big picture thinking, you begin to have advancement. This month of March is our month of advancement. So I will encourage you and I will continue to engage you this month with skills that will enable you to advance in all areas of life. Thank you very much for your time. Always remember to recommend this video to so many people that are looking forward to get something that will get them started this month of March. It is our month of marching forward. It is our month of moving forward. Enjoy the rest of the month. Goodbye.